Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Our campaign is Master of Nyarlathotep. It was written by Larry DiTilio, Lynn Willis, Mike Mason, Lynn Hardy, Paul Fricker, and Scott Dorward, and it's available from Chaosia. Our game master is Morgan Llewellyn, and this is episode 18. Our recap will be given by Mick Swan as his character, Morris Mitchell. So, without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Mick.
Thanks, Tom. No, don't go just yet. At least finish your drink. I haven't even got to the best bit yet. So, where was I? Oh, right, yeah, the spice shop. You'll like this bit. So, right, yes. I just got away with milking my injuries to get a day off when I found myself roped into giving this spice shop, Empire Spices, the once-over. Seems both it and the nightclub are both owned by some strange Egyptian woman, and she doubtless is in some way connected to this ongoing insanity that we insist on inflicting upon ourselves. Easy money, I thought. Dress up as a valet, buy some spices, ask some questions, get the lay of the land while I'm in there, and we come back for a proper look later on. I suppose it goes without saying to say that, true to form, things did not go as intended. To cut a very long story short, I blew my cover. Or in truth, I had no cover to begin with. They knew exactly who I was and pretty much exactly why I was there. And before I really knew what had happened to me, the polite chit-chat had come to a halt, and they'd taken my gun and escorted me to an apartment upstairs where that woman proceeded to demonstrate her malign powers by inflicting cuts, horrible cuts on Fox via some kind of magic mirror. It was a jarring experience, I can tell you. I had to sit there and watch as it's just the way that he slowly realized that he'd been injured by some kind of invisible force and being forced to watch impotently as he vented his pain on the other side of that glass. Monstrous. It was quite monstrous. The offer she put before me was a very simple one. Murder Gavigan or end up dead myself. I know she definitely threatened me. Whether she threatened the others, I can't tell, but she started going on about wanting to brand me and insisting on all sorts of guarantees, like it was some kind of business transaction. It was the most ordinary thing in the world. I told her there was no way in hell she was branding me. No way. And then just sort of let her. I mean, it was no big deal. I barely felt it, but still. I don't know what happened. I just stopped trying to resist. Anyway, I did what I always do. I toughed it out, brazened it out, concentrated on the only thing that really mattered, getting out of that room alive. And once I'd finally convinced her to let me go, I concentrated on trying to get out of this crap. We all rallied back at the hotel room, obviously without Fox, who's right now is still in the hospital. We hope he's going to pull through, but who can tell? I mean, there's so much blood. We're supposed to have some sort of seance tonight. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think any of this is a good idea. But we've got to come up with something. we have to come up with a plan because I honestly can't see any way out of this one. Anyway, do you want another whiskey?
Excellent.
So, Octavius, did anybody go with you to the hospital? Is that
Well, I think they took me to the hospital, or
I think Chapman.
the doctor.
I think
Chapman went with them.
okay?
It's gonna take a while for them to patch me up. They've done a lot of stitches. They've immobilized my arm. I'm not gonna be able to use it for a while, or I'll tear my stitches open. But I want that bitch dead. What do you guys think if I could go to Officer
Inspector Barrington.
Inspector Barrington and tell him that woman attacked me when I went into her shop because I accused her of being part of the cult?
Oh, believe me, she'll be able to muscle up plenty of people to say that you've never been anywhere near that shop.
Yeah, but they'll all be her people.
The issue is there'll be witnesses that saw. I mean, there were the people that are helping you set up the hotel room that your arm started bleeding.
You're right.
Yeah,
I do agree, though. That I think. I do agree, though, that I think we should try and get Barrington involved because.
Agreed.
I'm fairly sure that Zahara is involved, if not it's her herself or her followers that are doing these Egyptian murders.
Oh, I think they're all
what
doing
he's investigating. Which is what he's investigating. So if we can somehow put him on the right track and say, you know, the Blue Pyramid, Empire Spices, Zahara Shaheek, and Edward Gavigan with the orbit like that. Hopefully he'll be able to then make the connections and start inquiring more properly into that.
The only problem I can think of is that Gavigan's a powerful guy.
Well, I think they both are, yes.
I think that Gavigan's probably been more careful than she has.
Yeah, especially
and I hate to say it out loud, but she's a foreigner. They're going to believe him over her.
They're both of them rich enough to shut down any investigation.
And I fear if Zara is powerful enough to do the horrible things she's done,
remember, she's probably watching right now.
Yeah, but she's second in command, which would tend to make me believe that Gavigan is even more powerful.
What did she say to you, Morris? She said something about be careful of Gavigan because of something.
Well, in essence, she said to be careful of Gavigan because he's got the same powers she has.
Right.
The feeling I got from the whole thing was that she can't bump him off using her fluence.
Well, then, if he's got the same powers that she has, he can't bump her off either.
Exactly. It's a stalemate.
It depends what is the defense. Is a protection charms or something like that?
I don't think that he knows that she wants to take over. I think that she's probably his right hand, and he's being betrayed by her.
I think the reality we need to be prepared for is that we're going to have to take them both out.
Well,
if we take out Gavigan, she's going to dispose of us in a second.
Well, right. I think that we should somehow eliminate them one at a time. What if we leave a message? We know where he lives. Leave a note that says, I don't know, some of your followers are betraying you, and Zara is attempting to kill you to take power from you. I mean, something along that lines. Make it sound really good, like it's one of the followers that is ratting out Zara. Then he might take care of the problem with her offhand, and won't be able to trace it back to us.
I think we should also potentially go and have a look at the Blue Pyramid more closely, like try and get in. Because we know she knows who we are now.
We also have to find. We know that she has to use that mirror upstairs. So if we can keep a track on her when she's not upstairs,
well, that's what I'm saying. If we can try and get ourselves into the Blue Pyramid Club, or some of us, and if she's there, or we can go to the Blue Pyramid Club, ask to meet with her at the club, and we will discuss terms of the discussion. While that's going on, the others break into the spy shop and destroy the mirror. If there's someone there, kill them. Did you say there was a young man who held you at gunpoint, Morris?
In a way.
Well, if he's there, then and in that way, because then we can destroy the mirror, and we can send a message to Zahara of like, we are not to be fucked with. Because that right now, she feels like she's got all the cards.
I don't know. I'm guessing that mirrors, like the thing that she's got, you said it looked old and Egyptian.
And big.
Big?
Yeah.
Those are, I bet you that the Gavigan doesn't know that she has that. Because if he did, why wouldn't it be his?
Mm. So I'm getting the feeling that you would like to approach Gavigan, or not approach, but inform him of
without it being traced back to us. Of course, for all we know, he's watching us too. If he's watching us, then he knows that she's done this.
Yes.
So I don't think that he's watching us.
What time is it right now? Are we going to be late for the seance?
The seance is going to happen in your hotel room. You arranged with Miss Pink to meet you here at 9.
Yeah.
So you do have some time if there is something you want to do before.
It's about what?
About
5 o'clock, I believe.
Well, I want to be at the seance.
So by the time Fox gets back from the hospital after they patch him up, there's not, with such excessive damage to the skin, there's not really much they can do for you than just wrap it up and let it heal itself.
Right.
So by the time you get back to have this conversation, you have about 2 hours before the seance.
Yeah. Don't worry about this. I'm a tough little bird.
Well, we could send one of the bellboys to leave a message for Gavigan, if that's what you would like to do, Fox. If that's what we feel is
No. I don't think that we should have anybody else involved.
Yeah,
because if somebody else is involved,
could squeal. Let us.
You could mail it to him.
Yeah. Postcard, just a little post, and then cut out words from the newspaper, stick it to the.
We have typewriters.
Is that too?
But it would have to say something like, I don't know. You could start it with Master. Master, the Zara is attempting to kill you.
Yeah, something simple like that.
She has a magic mirror. She's spying on you.
She has hired the.
She's no. Because then he kills us.
True.
No, we just say that, and we say she's gathering followers. If he's the leader of an evil cult and she's trying to be the leader of an evil cult, they'll destroy each other.
Oh, what if we say that she's planning to do it at this meeting? The one that is in the one that's in a month's time at his home in.
But then he might wait. We don't want him to wait. I want him to kill her now. Sorry. I also want to financially destroy her so that she whimpers before she dies. Boy, I'm bloodthirsty nowadays, aren't I? Fucking bitch cut up my arm. This is my favorite arm. My second favorite arm.
This is something to do with that blue stuff.
Oh, that's worn off.
Well, maybe, I mean, we can pay people to trash the spice shop and the Blue Pyramid.
Well, as long as she doesn't see us doing that. I think, honestly...
we don't do it. We're not enough men to be able to do it properly before. We can pay ruffians to...
She also cannot be watching us all the time. She's not stationed there monitoring 5 different people 24/7. So there's no way she can capture all of what we are doing.
Morris, when you saw Fox in the mirror, could you hear him?
No, it was completely quiet.
All right, so let's assume then.
And I threw a paper dart at it, and it wouldn't go through.
So let's assume then that she can only follow one of us at a time, and that she cannot hear. So even if unless she could read lips, if she's watching, she can't understand what
we could make all of our plans like this.
Yes. I'm interested to. I mean, this is a risk. This is sort of a little bit of crazy thinking, but it's so crazy it might just work. What if we hired body doubles?
It's too much to go through. Just hire an assassin to go in there and kill her fucking ass.
Whereas body doubles would work if someone's just looking at you, but she's using magic somehow to track where we are personally. So there's something more than just it looks like us. Like
we're taking a large risk in the sense of that though, because if we're going cool, let's split up and she'll watch this group while this other group go and kill her or go do something. We don't know if she's going to follow that group or if she's going to come with the group that's off doing what we don't want her to see.
We could post
that's
somebody.
Where that risk comes from.
We could post somebody at the cafe to tell us when she's left the building or not upstairs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She could be over at the pyramid. It's the perfect time. If we can get her in the pyramid, it's the perfect time for the other people to go in and destroy the mirror.
We could just hire a transient to call us on the phone. When she's
I thought you said you didn't want to get anyone else involved.
In delivering a message, telling somebody to watch somebody, that doesn't really give them any information. One of us could do it. What's the worst she's going to do is she's going to see you. She could do this to all of us, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the issue.
But if she does that to all of us, she's eliminating her assassin squad. So I don't think
somebody else. She doesn't think that we're suited for it. She's just doing it to us.
We're expendable. We're 100% expendable.
I want to retaliate right now, but I'm not feeling that great because of this. I lost blood.
Should have some orange juice.
I want to walk in there and blow cayenne pepper in her face and then blow her head off.
Let's see if we can. Let's see how the seance goes and see if we can contact Jackson.
Yeah.
And see if he has any information for us, because that might help us moving forward. Might be able to help us point us in the right direction of what is the next step. Okay. Look, if it works. The other possibilities, we could ask Miss Pink if she has any spells or anything like that could help us protection. I'm throwing out ideas there. It's a possibility. It's worth asking. Once we've done that, you rest up tonight, Fox. We'll get a decent rest, and we can ascertain tomorrow over breakfast what we want to do. Whether we want to inform Gavigan, we want to have someone watch the spice shop and watch Zahara to try and, because I agree. I think one of our first things needs to be to get rid of that mirror. That has got to be, even out of interest, Morris, when you were in the room, because it was upstairs, correct? The mirror?
Yes.
Was there a window in that room?
Oh, it's difficult to recall, but
So you were thinking back to that apartment. The mirror was if you walked through the door, it was off in a sitting room to the left. There were no mirrors in there, but it was a pretty open between that room and the kind of the foyer, and there was a window there. So there was a window that would
Second
story window.
Shoot through the
Can
window.
you see
to
the
hit
mirror from that window?
Yes, the window is parallel with the mirror, and it's open.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We just get Frederick. You're pretty good with a rifle, I've heard. We get you on the building across the street. You take a shot through the window.
Doable. Maybe.
The thing is, she's going to be expecting us to do something. So if we do that, we just go, cool, there.
She may or she may not. We don't know what kind of hubris she has. She might be so sure of herself. She sounds like an arrogant woman.
Well, even better, then we need to tell her that she's messing with higher caliber stuff than she was expecting.
I want to crush her. I want to crush my enemies.
Molotov cocktails would be good if it wasn't so surrounded by everything else. Oh, question for the keeper.
Christopher told me you gave him such a hard time for using Molotov cocktails in the past.
Yes.
Are there apartment places right next door where people live, or is it just businesses?
They would be similar buildings to one that she's in a business on the ground floor, an apartment upstairs.
Oh, okay. All right. No, so that's not good. Yeah, fire bombings that would kill lots of innocent people. It wouldn't be good.
She has to sleep.
Yeah.
Well, that's I'm just
going there at 3 o'clock in the morning.
She has to sleep, but it sounds like she's got cronies that watch her back. And that's why, in some ways, I mean, I know this might sound horrible, but this young gentleman that held up Morris by gunpoint, who seems so loyal, if we take him out, that'll definitely send a message. String him up from the shop floor.
I don't know, once again, we don't want to send a message. You send a message, and the message is, kill them all, which is what she'll do to us.
Yeah, it's eye for an eye, and she can definitely...
She's not going to play fair.
Not if the mirror's gone. Well, neither are we.
Well, we don't know
what you're saying.
We don't know what kind of powers she has.
So, kill him and destroy Zamir simultaneously.
Yeah.
Go in. Okay, I see what you're saying. Not just kill him for a message, but kill him.
No.
I'm still thinking if we get Gavigan to kill her.
I think I'm not going to say it's not a possibility, but I think it's a huge risk, because if he does have these sorts of powers, or similar powers, or just as strong powers, and because Morris said that she was saying she can't kill him, so that either means A, that he's more powerful, or B, that he can't kill her either. So it's a stalemate, which is why she's bringing us in and not just getting one of her followers, her cronies, her boy downstairs to go and do the job.
He has more money and power.
You're thinking that because you don't know if he's got... she just looked like a simple spice shop owner. She didn't look like some bloody magician, did she?
Well, while you guys are talking, you see Frederick has gotten up, and he's just gone and to stare into a corner of the room.
Frederick?
He's going to be a problem.
What?
Frederick?
What?
Yeah. Where did you go? Yeah. Seems like you were 1,000 miles away.
Oh, no. I'm thinking about mirrors.
What about mirrors?
Oh, I don't know. They just kind of reflect things, don't they? Anyway.
Do you want
Have you
us
guys
to
come
hold a
up with
mirror
anything?
hold a mirror up to our faces at all times so she gets the image back of herself?
Oh, question. Actually, for the keeper, was Octavius next to a mirror while he was studying?
No.
No.
Her image of him moved when he moved.
Oh, that's right. And she also saw. Yeah. Okay.
I think the best plan would be for somebody independently to do something independent that she couldn't anticipate, because there's no planning involved.
But there's a lot of risk in that again. As if
It's always
she
risk.
follows that one person like she did with you, and that person's walking into a death trap basically.
So if three people did something independent,
it's pretty close to this
better go.
Young lady, Miss Pink, getting here. So we should probably set up and make sure everything's ready for her.
Well, everything is set up.
Yeah.
But this tablecloth's covered in blood. Yeah, so I'm saying
we cleaned that up. That's what we have maids and stuff when they clean that up. They use 2 toothbrushes.
Good.
All right. So when she gets here, all right. I'll try to calm down because I'm still so pissed.
Okay. So, waiting for her to arrive at 9 o'clock on the dot, there's a knock on your door.
Somebody please get that.
I will go answer the door.
All right, yeah, and Miss Pink, you've seen her before, Hauser. She's dressed as she was earlier in her Victorian gown, covered with the pink bows.
Welcome. Please come in.
Oh, thank you. And she's holding this rather large, almost suitcase with her. And she goes and she opens it up and she pulls out a crystal ball.
Please make yourself at home, Miss Pink. I'm sorry I was injured this afternoon.
Oh, good heavens.
Yes.
Are you all right?
That's nothing.
Is this
we can discuss it more after
just a flesh wound.
After the seance.
Well, have you done as I instructed? Filled your mind with thoughts of your dead friend?
Yeah. To be honest,
yes.
No. Because this is all I've been thinking about. But.
Oh, that is understandable. And also, she starts ringing the table with candles. And starts lighting them. Now, if you would please turn off the electrical lights.
I'll do so.
Okay, and so
we're all going to sit around in a circle.
Yeah. Yep. So she has you all sit down in a circle, just all in this the dim candlelight, kind of reflecting in the mirror ball in the center, and she has everybody join hands.
How's you can touch my elbow?
Certainly. I won't squeeze too hard.
I got one hand.
I'll sit between Miss Pink and Hauser.
Okay. And she starts speaking in a language none of you recognize. It's reminiscent to Octavius and Theodore of what you were saying to some of the mist. It's similar, Morris, to what you heard when Zara used the mirror. You all feel almost like a static shock pass between all of you. And can you all give me power rolls?
68 out of 80. Nailed it.
38 out of 65, which is a regular.
Hard pass.
Pass.
Yeah, regular pass here.
Does it matter if it was regular or anything?
I'm just looking for passes.
Yes, it's a pass.
Okay, can all of you roll 1d10?
10. Oh, crud, it's the cock die.
7.
6.
Okay.
6.
And then lose that many magic points.
Hey, yeah.
That's it for my magic because I remember I was doing that.
Remember, if you spill over, you do lose hit points.
Okay.
And if that applies to anybody. And
Wait, I didn't actually do this.
she suddenly stops, and you see her eyes almost just roll back in her head, and materializing, hovering above the table, you see this faint image of Jackson Elias.
Jackson?
That same symbol carved into his forehead, dressed how he was the day he died.
Jackson.
Fox.
Jackson, we're in London.
London, yes, you must stop them, Fox.
How do we stop the Zara woman?
So
She's a witch.
They're in league with him. All of them, everywhere.
Gavigan?
They followed me. They must have tracked me. The Lord of Kadath is coming, Fox. The black wind will come and sweep away everything.
The Lord of Kadath.
The Black Wind.
Who is this Lord of Kadath? Is he British?
He with the many masks. The crawling chaos. Many plans in motion. All leading to terrible ends. I could not unravel the web.
Jackson, are the Carlisle expedition alive? Are the members of the Carlisle
expedition they're alive. Yes, they are alive. I said in my notes.
Are they plotting against us?
They are in league. They have been seduced. They have been tempted.
Yeah, so we can't trust the people.
Are they here in England?
Seduced.
I do not know. I do not know. I did not have enough time. They cut me short. They had me killed, Fox.
Do you know why they had you killed? Were you close to something?
The great plan. The threads were unraveling, and flee, my friends. Flee, my friends, for the Lord of Kadath is coming. And you see that he starts to fade, grow fainter and fainter. And then all the candles go out.
What?
Kadath. Does anybody recognize that name? It sounds... I've never heard of such a word. Is it a place? Is it a...
Eastern European or something?
No, I don't think an occult roll is going to work for it. I could do a history, but...
Miss Pink, are you all right?
Cthulhu, and she's still... There's no response. And then you see her mouth start to move in the darkness. And she speaks. But not in her own voice, but in one almost all of you recognize. It's the voice of Larkin.
Well, I won't, but yeah.
No.
It says, I've said I will see you all again. Give up these foolish games, and you may all continue to live your lives. And then the candles relight. And Miss Pink, her eyes come back into focus.
Are you all right, Miss Pink?
Yes, I am. I'm quite all right.
Oh,
and you can all give me sanity rolls for
Yeah, I was
that whole sequence.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Were you aware of what happened, Miss Pink?
Pass.
That doesn't do really any good other than pass, but I really don't.
Fail.
Failed by
oh,
one.
So pass.
Okay, it's 1 point for a pass, 2 points for a fail.
Even for my 0-1 pass?
Even for your 0-1.
All right.
Miss Pink, are you aware of what just happened?
I was a vessel. I was a vessel for your friend.
And for
someone
something else.
I'm sorry?
There is a dark entity. We've seen it now 2 times before.
About.
Christopher encountered it,
Are
I
you sure
believe.
you're-
He told me about it. Back when you were in Peru, when he held the mask, he said he encountered something.
Well,
Yes.
yes. That was even before we went to the pyramid. And then when we were in the Juju house, the big man shot green lightning at me like the other one, like Larkin did before.
Right.
I don't think
Are
he
you
said
sure
anything.
you're all right, Miss Pink?
Yes, I am. I am quite all right.
Miss Pink,
Okay.
we find ourselves in quite deep with some very dangerous people who seem to be able to use
Magic.
spells and the like against us. One of these assailants has a mirror which they're able to track out every move, and as you can see from our friend Fox here, deal some rather gruesome damage. Is there anything at all that you would be able to bless us or to teach us to potentially protect ourselves against such forces?
There are things to ward off malign entities and forces, but they all come up with a steep price.
Steeper than our lives. The woman could kill us if she wanted to.
I look at all the others and then back at Pink, and then I say, I don't know about these gentlemen, but I feel I may be willing to pay the price to live and to protect my friends. What is this price you speak of?
The language that you spoke before you began. We've heard it before. In fact, Theodore and I know some of it.
Well, it is the language of magic. I know it by no other name.
Yeah. We've heard it. The woman spoke it when she injured me with her magic. I think that at least I'm also willing to pay the price. They say that revenge is something you shouldn't seek, but I want that. I'm after some revenge on this woman. She lacerated my arm badly. She could have easily cut my throat.
I don't think we're going to be able to compete with these people unless we have something to, we're completely out of our depth if we do nothing.
Well, and she kind of pulls back her collar and she lifts this necklace was tucked under her blouse, and she it's this silver locket. It says, "My own personal protection, but I must warn, I've never been the same since I made it."
Could you show us how to make those? Also, does the reference the Lord of Kadath or the Crawling Chaos mean anything to you?
The Crawling Chaos? No. But Kadath does sound familiar. Like someplace in a dream.
What about
I'll
the
have to
Lord of
research.
Many Masks?
No.
We can go to the
Black
British
Pharaoh?
Museum and see if we can research this Kadath.
Well,
I would be very
I'm not
interested.
sure what they may necessarily have, but whatever resources you can find to help you, I hope you find them.
There's a lot of little. I mean, we're in Britain. There's lots of little
So
piers
what's
and boards and.
what do we need to do to get this protection? What are the
What do we need
what are
to
the
gather?
steps?
Well,
Yeah.
but what is some trinket that you value that you can have on you always?
Well, there's my cane. It was my grandfather's.
My pocket watch.
My cigarette case.
Okay. So you retrieves from her suitcase this little knife, and she said, "Who wants to go first?"
I will.
All right, Hauser. So she goes. She takes your pocket watch and she starts to. She pops it open, and in the inner casing she starts to scratch this odd looking symbol into it. Something like a burning eye and a star. It's very strange.
So watch will still work after this, right?
Yes, this shouldn't interfere with its functioning.
It's a good German watch.
Well, but in order to activate it, you have to feed this symbol part of yourself.
Part of myself. I'm not following. You mean?
Well, you score the skin on your thumb, and you let it drink your blood.
Interesting. And this is not. How much blood is this going to be consuming?
It's not the loss of blood that you should really be concerned about.
Well, against what we are facing, I think I'm ready to take such chances.
Okay.
All right. I nick the.
Yeah. So Hauser, you take your bloody cut thumb, you press it into the symbol that she's carved into your watch, and it glows this pale blue light, and you just feel like your mind start to slip away a little bit as you permanently lose 10 points of power.
God.
And so the rest of you see Hauser just go almost just vacant look in his eyes, and just completely just zoned out. Well, Miss Pink is just holding his thumb there.
Well, so what exactly is this going to do? Is this going to protect him from the mirror?
What mirror?
The mirror that the assailant used to hurt Fox.
Perhaps. I don't know of this mirror. I cannot give a guarantee that the symbol can protect you from that sorcery.
Well, I'll go next. I'll change my mind. I'll put it on my ring, if that's possible.
Yeah, she takes your ring. She, on the underside of it, she butchers it, and she's not good at this, but she hacks the symbol into your ring with her knife. And similar thing, split open your thumb, press it there.
Does it
glows.
okay. So I'll and then press it on the inside of the ring and hold it.
Mm-hmm. And you also lose 10 power.
Okay.
You join Hauser in the staring off in the space club for a little bit.
I'm going to pass. I've already lost a lot of blood. But if I copy that symbol onto something and do it later, will it work?
It should.
All right. Who's next? Morris, are you going to do it?
Well, I suppose I could, but then I could just wait for one of you two to die and take your one.
Maybe it only protects the person who did it. I don't know, what's it protecting us from?
This sign can help ward off and protect you from malign influences and beings.
Well, Morris was actually. Did we tell her about the brand?
Oh yes, yeah. That's. I'll tell her about that.
That is not something that this can retroactively save you from. The process, the research that would have to be done to find a method of reversing what has been done to you will take some time.
But it could nonetheless protect me from future attacks of that kind.
Possibly. Its mere presence on your person is not enough. It must be used actively to almost as a shield, one might say. If it's not positioned in the right place at the right time, then it will do nothing for you.
Would there be room enough to engrave it on this, I ask, and show her my St. Christopher necklace?
Oh, yes.
All right, then I'll do it.
All right, so similar process, you lose your 10 power.
Yikes. Okay.
And what about you?
I'm gonna snap my fingers in front of Hauser.
Oh, no,
And Theo.
no response.
Perhaps. Here, carve the symbol on this. And I hold up my little bone charm.
Sure enough, she carves a symbol.
Thank you. And I don't stab my thumb yet. I'm gonna wait until these guys snap out of it.
Well, I'm not in it. I'm just injured.
Okay, so waiting for...
Thank you, Miss Pink.
Of course. If there's anything else you need.
Do you know any kind of a spell where we could blind someone?
There are plenty of ways to harm others. But I do not study them.
Would you happen to know what this is? And I go and get some blue fluid.
No.
Have you read about this in any way?
I have not.
It makes us dream.
Dream?
Less dreams, more
Visions.
nightmares.
Well, it seems like to me that if you wish to learn of Kadath, you have all the tools necessary.
Well, except that stuff is really potent.
Quite.
Do you know anything about how we? Have you ever read anything about anything like this? Any indications of how we might use it properly?
Or things that enable dreaming or visions are almost no good to an untrained mind, especially when alone. These meditation practices, these ways to glimpse the future, the ways to glimpse visions of other places are best done when one is put under a trance and another one guides them through the journey. One a vessel, the other one a guide, leading their mind to where they want to go.
Where did you learn all of these things?
There are magical societies all over the world that know these things.
One specifically not bent on destructive means?
Not all of them.
Well, that's good.
So there are books that have things in them.
Yes, but they are highly coveted things, very rare. To hold one should be considered the highest of honors and responsibilities.
I'm going to ask you a really weird question. Do you know anything about snake people?
No.
No.
Snake people.
Yeah. I think that we've gotten involved in some really horrific. God damn, this thing is itching like hell now that it's all stitched up. I can't. I'm not supposed to itch it. Yeah, we've gotten mixes up in some really weird stuff now.
Well,
we've seen some things, and we're here to stop them.
Quite.
But I think that we're maybe inadequate to the task.
well, perhaps, but time will tell.
All right. Are you guys recovering?
Yeah, slowly you find over the course of the next hour, those of you that have done this, you slowly start coming back. And once that hour has passed, you just have this nagging feeling that it's like everything just feels off. There's just something's out of place. Something you're missing. Something.
How do you feel?
Drained.
Yeah, drained. Something's a little off. Something's missing, but yeah, drained.
So, well, we've all got protection now. That's something, I guess. Against what? We don't know, but at least it's something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's certainly something.
Now we don't have to. Well, not that we don't have to worry, but if any of us get caught up in the schemes of Gavigan or Zahara, we've got some form of protection of some kind, which is good.
Yeah. So, if we are going to knock her off, destroy the mirror, we need to have a backup plan, because if it's any other person that we would kill, the authorities will end up chasing us. We might want to book passage out of here, maybe to Egypt, have it lined up. So we do this and then we go. Because if we do this and stay in London, we will be caught.
You know your idea you had, Hauser, for the burning the place down or damaging it with the fire and stuff, and you said it wouldn't be a good idea because it's near other buildings. What if we did that to the Mizza house?
Yeah, interesting. That is a big estate.
The meeting, no, hear me. The meeting is in a month's time.
Yeah.
And that's where they're having the meeting. If it's not there, they can't have the meeting. If we destroy Mizza House,
yeah,
that might be where they're keeping all of their, we can check it out. There might be ritual stuff or things that might help us moving forward. We get that, destroy the place. Yes, I mean, you said if we decide to kill Zahara and Gavigan. For me, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Because I don't want to move on to the next place with these two behind us. Because they managed to hunt down Jackson. He got information here, went off to the US. They have connections all over the place. I think it's fair to say that this group have connections to the group that was hunting you down in New York.
Yeah.
And that group then had connection with the group that you met in Peru. This is all connected. It's not a coincidence.
Oh, yeah. They are a plague to humanity, but we have to have a way of getting ourselves out of here. Because we may know it, but convincing the police is another story.
What are the ways? What would be our ways of getting to Egypt from London? Does it have to be via cruise ship? Would I be able to like hire a private plane or like a private boat of some kind?
That might be good.
Well, you have to cross over into Europe, and then you have to cross the Mediterranean.
I'm saying, like, does it have to be?
Yeah.
Does it have to be via public, like a public cruise like that, or would I be able to afford to pay for the air travel, like on a private plane or a private ship for just us and some crew?
Zeppelin, I think.
What time of year is it right now?
It's currently March.
The weather's still probably pretty bad for flights.
The meeting is at the end of the month because, Morris, you mentioned that horrible deal and the branding was at the end of the month. Gavigan had to be dead. Was that right?
Otherwise, he would die. Yes.
That's right. Yes.
So if it's the 7th, and there's 31 days in May or in March, so we have 24 days.
I don't quite see what the point in burning down Mizzer House is.
Because then they can't have the meeting there.
They could just move it somewhere else.
Well, not if look, for example, of the pyramid. They had to get to the pyramid because it had the items that they needed. They needed to have it at the Juju house because that's where they had this.
The magical.
So yes, they can move it, but it's going to slow them down. And like I said, we're going to kill Gavigan and Zahara anyway. We can't leave without doing that because then Morris is at risk. But their followers, if we take out Mizza House as well, it's going to slow their followers down.
It could take out some of their arsenal.
You don't know that that's true. I think we just need to get rid of the two of them and then get out of here.
Yeah, those are the primary targets, the two of them. But
so just to clarify, because it kept getting, can I get a Zeppelin or something private transport for us?
It would be very, very difficult to arrange. No Zeppelin, no planes. You could hire a private ship.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
That would just only have you, no other passengers. Basically,
the plus with that is that we can leave when we want to fucking leave. We don't have to wait for this cruise ship is leaving on this date. We can just go when we're ready to go. We can go.
Either way, I think we'd have to resign ourselves to the fact that they would infiltrate the crew.
Well, you can captain a vessel, can't you, Morris?
Yeah, but I mean, you still need a crew.
Well, I'm happy to get my hands dirty and help out around the.
Look, we just have to get to the Mediterranean, and there's 10,000 ships going back and forth. Just jump on a steamer.
We could just jump on. Aren't there ferries and boats going back and forth between
Tons of them.
England
Sure
and the Calais?
There's
Pas de
business
Calais?
between the two sides all the time.
But what I'm saying is, we can use something to get out of London on our own to
Over to
at least get
France.
that part.
Well,
Take
we have
train?
to get to we can only take the train as far as what
Marseille?
no, we can't get into, you can't take the train to France.
Well, no, you take a boat across the Calais, Pas de Calais,
Right, you take it to Calais, and then you can
and
take a
then
train
we
from
get on
there.
a train, and it's train south France, and we are
And
there.
then, hell, we could take the Orient Express.
Yes.
But
And
we
so
can't
the
take it to
campaign
there.
lasted 8 years.
That'd be epic.
If we took the Orient Express from Calais to Paris, and then from Paris we find our way to
Yeah, we could do that. That's
Marseille
Africa.
is big port.
Then by
But we still
Dal
need
to
to-
Mombasa.
we could go down the
Are we going to Africa or are we going to Egypt?
Egypt's in Africa.
Are we going to Cairo or Mombasa?
Well, Mombasa a lot farther away than
We could go
Cairo is.
farther south to Gibraltar.
Well, down through Spain. Yeah, we could cross there. You could probably take a rowboat across there. End up in Monaco or someplace like that.
All right, so
Morocco.
we need to decide what we're going to do then, as far as Gavigan and Zahara. We know we need to kill them both. It's just how we're going to go about it.
So, yeah, Sahara, Gavigan, and then cross the channel. That has to be done quickly because we can't loiter.
Yeah, I say we do it with a minimum of fuss. I mean, just if you're going to do it, just walk up behind them, shoot them, and walk off.
I was actually thinking the same lines, Morris. Instead of doing a big hoopla, just
Yeah,
old gangster style,
In-
drive by, pull the guns
Shotgun.
out.
yeah.
But not just one person, because she seemed able to make Morris put out his arm. So
That
she
was,
tries to use her power on one person, then the other person.
Well,
can shoot.
luckily we've got some form of protection against the spells now.
You
because
think
we all
you do.
We all did the thing. Well, she's
Are
not
we
showed
all-
us any. We were affected by it, and we've got no reason to believe that we're not got some form of protection.
We just don't know what Zara has. She seems to be pretty damn powerful.
Are
Let's
we
just
all
kill her.
on board with killing Zara first?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
Well-
good.
Well, that actually brings up another problem. If we kill her, and Gavigan doesn't know that she's the bad guy, then he'll think that we killed his right-hand man, and he'll come after us.
And we
But we
have
will
to
be
kill
killing him
Gavigan.
next.
We have to kill Gavigan because if he doesn't die, Morris dies.
Mhm.
Well, right, but I think that we
So-
should get
Is
Gavigan to
Gavigan
kill
still
her.
doing his nightly walks?
Gavigan was doing nightly walks.
Yeah,
Well,
we
remember, we followed him.
failed him.
Well,
Yeah.
that wasn't nightly walks. He left work and went to the spice shop and then
Maybe he does
the,
that every night.
the warehouse.
So
does that every night.
if we catch, so we spend,
But we can't
a
kill
few
him first
days-
either.
yes,
Well, yeah, exactly.
Zara
Then she'll
first.
just take us out. We need
we
to get rid of that
we
mirror.
tail him a few days just to see if he has a rhythm. It's like hunting.
Yeah.
You look
Can-
for
can-
look for
will you-
where the game is.
Will you indulge me that, yes, I think, yes, that's a possibility. A few of us tail Gavigan and do that. And while that's going on, me and Hauser go and investigate Mizza House and see if there's any possibility of gaining some information there about Gavigan. Because that's the thing, we don't actually know that much about what Gavigan's got hiding or everything like that. And we might be able to, and if he's stuck in London, we might be, that gives us almost free reign up in was it in
Essex.
Essex?
Essex, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think we should just leave. I feel like there's a lot of information we could ascertain from Mizza House.
Oh, agreed. I'm just saying the second we start pulling triggers on people, we need to immediately then be on the boat.
Agreed. Yes.
Mhm.
But that's what I'm saying. It's perfect. If we're not doing any act, we're just tailing Gavigan and making sure he's here. That's the perfect time for us to potentially investigate what is out there. Because if it is a situation of they've got a temple or something set up there, we can destroy it. Bully for us. Slows them down.
Right.
Might be able to glean or maybe capture some books, some tomes like we got from Erica Carlisle. From
exactly,
that
and
estate.
that's also what I'll say. So I'm trying to. We get to Egypt. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some people there that are also in league with this group. So if we can slow down this group here in London by destroying their premises or whatever the case may be, that's going to put them at a loss once we get to Egypt. Here, we don't want to leave resources and stuff for this group here that's going to help them in it doesn't matter how many trains and buses and boats and stuff we go on. Once we're there, they're going to be waiting for us.
Yeah. During the seance, Jackson was insinuating that they are in league all over.
Yes.
So,
and he is adamant that the Carlisle expedition are alive.
Yeah. And they were, oh, what was the word he used? Seduced to
yes.
their ways.
He also told us we should run away.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't think that's going to help. Or as I said, Morris is already cursed. What's running going to do? Give us a few more days, a few more weeks?
It will give us a dead Morris. I will not stand for that. We are going to save you.
Right, so how about we do this? Tomorrow, me and Hauser will go out to Essex and investigate Miser House, and the three of you tail Gavigan, see if you can work out a way to get in and destroy. Maybe try shooting the mirror from across the street. Somehow try and work out what's going to work there, and we'll catch back up after 4 days. Me and Hauser will come back, and we'll go from there. But none of us will do anything. Me and Hauser won't destroy anything out at the house. We won't tip anything off. We're not going to do anything rash. We're just this is recon. This is just investigation.
So just basically see where the house is, good approaches for getting in, and that's it. We are not
what kind of staff they have. I mean, if at night we can try and get ourselves in to get a closer look at situations like the grounds and whatnot, we'll attempt it, but we'll not put ourselves at risk. And the same will go for you gentlemen.
That's what Morris said yesterday.
Yeah, I like to do many things at once, but at this point, I almost want to stick together.
She knew he was coming. Why wouldn't he know you were coming?
Yes, but it seems to be only each other that they have this stalemate with. The rest of us in between, I think, are quite disposable.
Well,
we've got to do something. So what are we going to?
Yeah.
If you if you follow Gavigan tonight and kill him, she's not going to find out until tomorrow morning anyway.
Well, not if she's watching us.
I don't think she's going to spend all night watching. She's got to go to bed sometime, and we kill her, and then we kill him, and then we go kill her. We go in the middle of the night and kill her. I don't know.
It would be easiest if we go for
we'll do
both
that then.
on the same night. Don't give either one the opportunity to prepare.
Yeah. So follows him, gets a rhythm down, get passage out, come back and kills him, and then get out of town.
Well, just don't worry about getting out of town. I mean, it looks really suspicious if we suddenly run. Just don't get caught. Don't leave anything that traces. I don't know.
The simple way is to
I'm still a little dizzy.
The simple way is to kill them in the same way that they killed the Egyptian people.
Yeah.
Make it look like the Egyptians did it, the
Yes.
cult.
The Egyptian murders.
I don't think they're going to be that easy to kill, but well, whatever. We have to do it in a really sneaky way.
Just to, do we know, so how exactly were the murders committed, the Egyptian murders?
They were stabbed in the heart, weren't they? Is that what
They were beaten savagely
Yeah.
and then pierced through the heart.
Doesn't that seem to you like that's what you do to somebody who's fucked up? What if those were cult members, but they fucked up? And so you send a message to the other cult members.
Do we have an idea of the ages and stuff like that of the people that were killed? Does
I
it
know we
seem
probably have a
random, or
list.
does it seem like it?
The ages, once again, when you're talking about patterns,
Yeah.
like there's not a consistent age, not a consistent gender, just all of them, but two just so happen to be Egyptian.
But all adults, right?
All adults.
Except for
No
the student,
kids.
who was a young adult.
Yeah, there was a young student.
So,
Yeah, but
And
when you say
over
young
what sort
student,
of...
He was like early 20s, young student.
yeah, that's still an adult.
so
Not
what
murdering.
time is it? Are we approaching the time around when
So,
Gavigan took off last night?
it's
out
like
of the-
11.
You're trying to think of what time it is, and when any of you try to move, you have a very hard time doing it with the expense. Like some of you just lost power, the expenditure of magic points. You were all exhausted.
All right, yeah, maybe.
I'm not.
That's why I said, well, anything we do, we're going to go to bed at night.
Yeah, you're just in
Go to
incredible
bed
amounts of
tonight.
pain.
Good night's sleep. Get laudanum for hair fox.
No.
No painkiller. No tranquilizer for you.
The other thing we can do is we leave a message for Inspector Barrington and have him try and set up so he can raid both the Penju Foundation and the Spy Shop in the Blue Pyramid, because that's going to distract them. They're going to be preoccupied with that.
But we need to give them a good lead to raid. They just aren't going to raid it because we said there's.
I think
Well, if we
No.
if we destroy the mirror and kill Zahara's little bodyguard in the same way the Egyptian murders, he'll have a very good reason to look into the Spy Shop.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. So there's a chance that they will be killed by dark magic, and a chance we will be shot down by the police.
I think that whatever. I don't know how to think anymore.
Let's
You
get
need
some
a
sleep.
good night's sleep.
Let's get some sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, we are all exhausted. At least I am. Oh, I'm so exhausted. I got fuzzy for a moment.
So I'm
I'm
going to go to bed.
gonna do one last check on the guys who cut their thumbs. Let's see.
What are you going to do as far as the check? Because that's going to...
First aid. So that's a fail. You guys seem fine.
So do you actually physically check us, or are you just looking at us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of snapping my fingers in your face.
Oh no, so you do... What are
What?
you doing, Frederick? Why do you keep snapping your fingers at me?
Well, it didn't work the first time. Now it seems to work.
Yeah, stop doing that for goodness sake.
What's... Can I do a spot hidden to see if I can see if Frederick and Octave, or to see who has cut thumbs?
Sure.
Well, Octavius has a very cut thumb.
We could.
No, he doesn't. It's his arm.
We could.
It's the
I
entirety.
said I wasn't
that is
going
a
to do
pass.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't
said
know that. I was
wasn't.
under. I don't know.
Okay, so you look, and it's you, Hauser, and Morris.
Hauser, Morris. I see
Yeah.
the reason why Frederick and they're forgetting to mention that they did not do it.
So the three of us with the protection might be the best ones to go in and blow Zara's brains out.
Yes, it seems so. What's the problem, Fox? One little more nick wasn't.
Exactly. I'm already feeling woozy from losing all
It
that
wasn't
blood.
that much blood, Fox, that came
Are
out
you
of the
kidding?
finger.
You,
What about you,
Thank you
Chapman?
for your
did
medical
seem-
expertise.
What scared you off, Chapman?
you three did seem quite exhausted.
We are exhausted.
Yeah, it does take something.
I don't think that would be good to put Fox through at this
No,
moment.
but what about
What are
you?
you talking about? I'm going to bed.
I don't know what it does. I'm seeing
Yeah,
what it does.
I'm taking the blue water out of Chapman's hand, putting
Going
it
to
back in
bed.
the safe, and changing the combination so that he doesn't have it.
How are you changing the combination?
It was what?
Like, I'm gonna change-
8675309. Oh, that
gonna
was back
change
at
the
the old
combination.
hotel. Does this
Yeah.
hotel have a safe?
Yeah. Yeah,
It most definitely has a safe.
they don't have
Okay.
changeable combinations back in the 20s.
Yeah,
Does
it's,
it?
Fox, it's fine.
It's a key
If you
one. It's a key one, and I've got the key.
If you smack the top left corner, it just pops right off.
I'm not taking any more of that stuff. No drugs. I don't like drugs.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Chapman. I think he's been taking sips.
I'm exhausted, gentlemen. Good night.
Yeah.
I will see you in the morning.
Good night.
I'm going to bed as well.
Yeah, I feel very. I'm turning into.
all right, so everybody goes to sleep.
I'm making sure all the blinds are closed.
So the
Excellent.
stars don't get you.
Yeah, those. Yep, you don't see the stars. They don't see you. Everything's great. The little star-looking symbol on your, it's not, not the same, but still maybe a little bit of unease there. Star-related. But you go to sleep. And Octavius,
Okay.
you wait for an hour.
Wait for about an hour, and then I very quietly get up and leave.
All right, that's easy enough to do. Where are you going on your nightly stroll?
Well, this late at night, I'm going to go to a bad neighborhood.
All right.
Okay. I'm injured. I'm obviously injured. I'm going to walk around for a bit until maybe I catch somebody's attention who might think about robbing me.
Mm-hmm.
Does that happen?
It does, in fact, it does indeed happen, and it does not take long.
So as soon as I realize I'm being followed, I stop and I turn around too.
And you see this teenage kid kind of brandishing a knife.
I say, "Hello. I see you have a knife. You're looking for some money."
Yes. Yeah, give me your money, man.
In a moment. Listen, I've got a job that I need done. Would you be willing? I could pay you a lot more money than what I have in my pocket.
A job?
Yeah, a job. I need somebody killed. Do you think you're up to that?
He just goes, look, I just want your money, okay? I don't want to hurt anybody.
Just got a few bucks. And I pull out my wallet and I pull out, like a 5, whatever. I don't know what English means. 5 pounds. I say, I got 5 pounds, but I can give you a lot more than this. Do you know anybody that would be interested? Surely you have friends.
Now you're.
I'll pay you another 5 if you can take me to somebody.
Okay.
All right.
So you pay him another 5. He leads you to a kind of down and to a more rundown area of town to a gentleman's club.
Okay.
And he says, I think the people who are able to help you will be inside.
Okay. Do you know who I could talk to? Who I should ask for?
Ask for Chandri.
All right. Thank you. So I'll go inside. I must look at the spectacles since I've got my arm bandaged.
Yeah, the people inside definitely are a bit baffled. You see a bigger man kind of towards the front door says, "Excuse me, sir. This is a private club."
I understand. I'm looking for a man named Chandri.
Want to see Chandri?
Please.
All right, follow me.
All right, so I follow him.
All right, so he kind of brings you to a back room. He has you take a seat. He leaves. And he somebody steps into the room a little while later that you recognize.
Oh?
He says, "Oh, well, just had to keep snooping around, huh?
Who is it?
My warehouse, and now you're here at my club. You intrigue me, sir."
Who is it?
He's the man that was threatening you the other night at the warehouse.
Oh, so you're Mr. Chandri.
Yes, yes.
Ah,
Can I?
I'm
am I?
very surprised that it's you. As you can see, I've been injured.
That is quite apparent.
Yeah, I think this is actually perhaps quite a good thing. Let me ask you a couple of questions. You don't have to answer, but I think that you'll be interested. What is your affiliation with Mr. Gavigan? Would you say you're friends?
You ask some very dangerous questions.
I understand that. You can see I'm at a disadvantage.
Quite.
Are you one of his followers?
Followers? No. I'm a businessman. I run a business.
You run a business. Okay. But you're familiar with Mr. Gavigan.
You could say that.
Okay. I have reason to believe that there is somebody who's trying to kill him. And this is the person who seriously injured me yesterday. Yesterday evening, actually. I'm not the kind of a man who is forgiving and easily, off-put. I came here because I wanted to hire somebody to take care of this person for me, and also to thus take care of Mr. Gavigan's problem as well. So if somebody, you or one of your associates, is willing to take care of this problem for me, you'll not only get a nice financial reward from me, but you'll also please Mr. Gavigan immensely.
How big of a reward are we talking here?
500 pounds.
Does this person have a name?
Mm-hmm. Her name is Zara.
Zara.
She runs the spice shop over on. She also owns a nightclub, the Blue Pyramid.
Yes. I'm familiar.
Okay. Mr. Gavigan thinks that she's a friend, but she's not a friend. She's gathering followers of her own.
Oh, I'm not quite sure what you mean by followers.
Lackeys.
Mr. Fox, was it?
Fox? Yes.
Fox. So we have... You put me in an interesting position, Mr. Fox.
Mm-hmm.
For you see, when I passed the names of the people who stopped by the warehouse to Mr. Gavigan, he was very interested to see if you would return. And in fact, he would really like to have a word with one of you.
He's already spoken to most of my associates. I'm the only one who hasn't directly spoken to him. But I would like that very much.
Well, how about you and I go for a walk then?
All right. And where are we walking to?
Oh, well, you want to talk to Gavigan, no?
No, actually, I don't. I'd rather not speak with Mr. Gavigan at this time. It's rather late. I'm sure he's asleep.
Well, he could always talk to you in the morning.
I can drop by the Penhew Foundation tomorrow.
No, that's not really where he wanted to have a discussion.
Oh?
No. Maybe it's a little too close. The nature of the questions I think he wants to ask require a little bit more privacy.
All right. Let's go.
Now, all right. So he will. If you follow him, he leads you to the docks.
Okay, so we're heading towards the docks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to make a move or not.
Okay.
Of all
Boats
of the
just supposed to
people,
be faster.
of all of the tens of millions of people in London, and I would have to walk in on this guy. This has completely fucked up my whole plan, but okay. I'm fucked at this point. By the way, I do have my gun.
You do have your gun.
Mm-hmm.
And it is just the two of you.
He hasn't contacted. Fuck. Why did I do this? Where are we in a rather desolate place?
Yeah. You're in the slums. There's not a whole lot of people about.
All right. I think I'm going to panic. As we're walking along, and I'm trying to be as casual as possible, I'm going to pull out my gun and put it against his back and fire.
All right, that is simple enough. The shot rings out into the night, and he collapses dead at your feet.
Okay, and then I'm going to make my way into obscurity. And if I suspect that anybody is around, I may use the fog spell to obscure myself so that nobody sees me.
All right, so make a stealth roll.
Okay. Hey, my hand just got... I got 21. What is my stealth? Stealth is 20. I will spend 1 point of luck. Okay.
Okay, so you slip away into the dark. There is a commotion you hear erupting into the street. But nobody seems to be coming after you or following you.
All right. So I'm going to make my way back. Foolish thing for me to try. Hire an assassin to kill her.
Right.
I'll go back.
While you're walking back, make a spot hidden.
47. Where's my spot hidden? 45. I will spend 2 points to pass it.
Okay, while you are making your way back to your hotel,
Mm-hmm.
there is the fog of London all around you. It's very quiet,
Mm-hmm.
but you get these chills down your spine. Like, so something feels wrong, and you're looking around, and the fog itself is, you could almost say, acting strange. The way that it's wisping about. And you see kind of slowly starting to manifest in the air. You see these gray tendrils of fog emerging out of the darkness.
Okay.
With this wide mouth and pair of these white phosphorescent eyes.
Oh, shit.
Emerge from the shadows. Make a sanity check.
83. That is a fail.
So you will lose if you failed 1d10.
Oh boy. I'm looking for my 10-sided dice. I lost only 3. Okay. Oh. I'm going to turn around and run.
All right, give me a dex roll.
69. My dexterity is 50. I will spend the points. What's it? 19. 19. My luck is going down.
All right, so with that 19 luck points here, so you turn and you start to run, but the fog, it just moves and envelops you, and it starts filling your nose and your mouth. You start suffocating. You can't get any air. You can't even see this thing anymore. It's just the fog attacking you. And your eyes just catch a glimpse of these headlights of a car come down the road. And the light hits the thing, and you hear this sharp shriek, and the fog just dissipates.
Okay. Bright light.
Giving you a chance to...
All right. I get up and I run.
Yeah, you book it. You just feel that the fog wisping around you, like it's...
I'm going to try to find the brightest light that I'm running towards.
Okay, you go and you find a street lamp, and you kind of just, you stand there, and you can kind of see it wisping
floating
along
around
the edge of the light. Before it seems to be waiting there for a couple of minutes before it fades all the way back into the fog.
All right. I think, though, that I might wait quite a bit underneath the lamp until I make a break for it. Hopefully it won't still be there.
Okay, you wait there for 5, 10, 15 minutes.
Right. And I see nothing.
And nothing.
All right. spells can't last that long. Maybe I guess a wild guess. Could be waiting there for me to make my move, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to run back to my hotel.
Okay, and you, out of breath, heaving, you burst in through the front doors after running just for several blocks.
All right. Well, I don't burst. I wait. Stop 2 minutes, 2 feet from the doors. I compose myself and I walk carefully, like nothing. And I go upstairs, and I'm gonna climb into bed. I'll tell them about it in the morning, but now I'm exhausted.
All right, so it is now the morning of March 8th, Sunday. I'll get up.
All right. Gentlemen, morning.
Good morning. There's something you all need to know.
Okay.
Last night, I decided that I would go out and hire an assassin to kill her. Unfortunately, Gavigan already knows what we're up to. So I almost was killed. And I think that whatever it is, whatever powers he has, I was almost killed by them. Something came out of the fog, like living fog, and tried to choke me to death. I barely got back with my life. But now I think we're really fucked because I think both sides know.
Well,
But
if they did it, they do now, don't they, Fox?
They knew. They anticipated what I was going to do. They headed me off at the pass.
You tell us that you killed the guy?
No.
Okay. No, I just wanted to...
So Gavigan, did you meet with Gavigan?
No. But he might have been in the car.
Interesting.
The fog things seem to react badly to bright light.
I wonder if it might have been Zara, though, maybe.
Well, no. Remember, she said to Morris that Gavigan had something and not to go out in the fog. That's Gavigan's.
It's always foggy.
It's London.
No, but didn't she say something, do not go out at night in the fog, or something along those lines?
Well, that's
So
definitely what you
that
shouldn't
thing
do.
is Gavigan, because she said that is Gavigan's. Well, great. Thanks very much, Fox. Now we've definitely shown our hand.
I don't think you're blaming me for it.
Well,
No, if anything, it's good information. It sounds like Gavigan knew all along.
No, but he went off by himself. He put himself at risk.
That's so that nobody would know my plan.
Yeah,
How could he have known my plan?
Yeah.
So what are we going to do now, then? Gavigan knows we're after him. Zahara knows...
Gavigan
what
might
we're
take
going
care of the
on.
problem now if he knows that Zahara's up to something.
No, but he doesn't. How does he know?
I don't know.
Were you
He
able
doesn't
to
know
pass
that.
the
He just
message?
knows you're after him. He just knows you're after him. So now they've both got reason to take care of us. That's what I'm saying.
But what was said to someone who was maybe perhaps working for Gavigan? Did they insinuate anything?
I think that when we went to the warehouse,
Yeah.
that's when those people worked for Gavigan.
Okay.
They told him that we were there. He's known about us since then. He's known about us since we went and visited him in the Penhue Foundation.
Yeah. So that was 2 days ago, and
Well, since Fox, you made the decision to go off and do something on your own last night, I'm going to go and have a look at Mizza House.
All right, I don't see how that's going to help us.
I think that's where we'll find what exactly this group are, what their plans are.
Yeah, we
Might
could
be able to
find
find
out.
some proper information.
Yeah, but I think maybe we should go more than just the two of us. Theo?
I still think we have to kill
it's
that
fine
woman.
for one person to walk off. So, are we staying as a group, or is we going off and doing our own thing? I'm confused. Because
Well,
we spoke all yesterday after the meeting, after the séance, that we were going to come up with a plan and work together.
Yeah.
We talked and
And then we
talked and
went to
talked
bed
and
and
didn't do
someone
anything.
else.
And you're talking about
Well,
going and doing some recon. We need to kill that woman.
yeah,
Well, fine then. Let's go. Let's go do it. Let's just go shoot her.
it's difficult. It's different for the rest of you, but I've got this mark on me.
Yeah. We have
And if it
24.
isn't done, I'm finished.
We have to kill Gavigan. You're so fixated, and I understand she hurt you, and yes, we are going to do something about it. But you can't let your anger and your revenge cloud your mind. You're an intelligence man, Fox.
It
What
was
you
the
did
only
last night
answer.
was stupid. No, it was not. We discussed the options of what we could do. You made the decision to follow your anger and let it win you over last night, and you did a stupid thing.
But I do see what you were trying, though, Octavius, because if we are being monitored, then we almost have to act
Without planning.
exactly. It puts us in a pickle, but it's probably our only way of not being predictable.
I'm gonna get up and go to my room. I'm just sort of like, ugh.
We need to find a way to kill that woman. And him.
Yeah.
We're up against things that I don't know how to deal with them.
Well, if we go and if we kill her first, then Gavigan will have to go be killed quickly thereafter, and then we need to probably leave soon after that. So that would eliminate the ability to go to the Essex estate and see if we can get answers. Theo might be right in that we might want to try to get the answers first.
What makes you think that he's not knowing exactly what you're going to do?
Actually, it's a very good point, because you tried something last night,
Completely random.
and he somehow knew about it. So I think we just have to, maybe you're right.
I think those two have followers everywhere.
Yeah.
So meanwhile,
Fireball.
in the other room, I'll do one last thing before we end for tonight.
Okay.
So Theodore, you're on the phone, and you've reached Inspector Barrington of the Scotland Yard.
Yeah. Listen. I've got some information for you about about them murders. You know, the ones going on down in Soho. What do you call them? The Egyptian murders. I've got some information for you, Gov.
You do, don't you?
I do indeed, sir. You see, I've been seeing a few things. I'm a cabbie, and I've been seeing a few things around that end. And listen, it's the lady from the Blue Pyramid Club and the Egyptian Spices. I can't say much because I think they're onto me. But last night, one of her workers, a young fella, he shot some guy out in the docks. All clean-cut looking fella. Shot him in the back. It was the worker. It was the worker in the in her shop.
Look, if you could come down and make a statement.
Nah, look, it's too risky. Look, it's her and that fella. He's a clean-cut fella. I've seen him in the papers. Edmund someone, Ed Gavy, Ed Gavigan, something like that. They're in it together.
Listen, sir, we are very busy here. So if you want to call again with any tips saying that an associate of the Penhew Foundations has ties to the foundation's director, please stop wasting my time.
Look, I'm just telling you.
And
the
murder. Listen, sir. And the murder that happened this morning that's in the papers. No, please, you're wasting valuable police time.
I'm telling you.
That is where we will end it for tonight.
All right. What murder? Where is my thing? There it is. All right. Our players included Zane Fleming, Brian Daly, Mick Swan, Stuart Lively, and myself, with Morgan Llewellyn as the keeper of the secrets. We're currently producing up to 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The cost involved with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. This week, we have one new patron, Jeff Beck, one of our players, and he has pledged $15 a month. And we also have one of our current patrons, Oren Mayer, who has increased his pledge to $10 a month. We will put that to good use. Thank you so much, guys. If you'd also like to support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure in the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck. Good game.